So many network marketers fall in love with a health and wellness product, and then they realize that there's an incredible opportunity to build the lifestyle and income of their dreams. But what happens when you get started and you run out of friends and family to talk to, and what you're doing on social media just isn't quite getting you where you want to be? Well, the truth is, it's probably not your fault. It just takes a little marketing know-how that you may not be getting from anywhere else. So on this podcast, I'm sharing with you the secrets that I've been able to learn from all of my top earner friends and mentors. I'm pulling back the curtain on exactly what it takes to get people excited about the wellness products that you have to offer, to help people improve their lives, and to get you to the rank that you want to be at. My name is Soraya Goddard, and this is Secrets to Marketing Your Wellness MLM. Hello, friend. I am here. Just got back last night from an event that you might have heard of if you're a fan of Ray Higdon and Jessica Higdon, or hell, if you've just listened to my podcast for any length of time. I talk about these guys all the time. It was Rank Makers Live 2019. That is the event that I went to the past 4 days, and I have so many notes that I don't even know where to start. I literally was just looking at my notebook, and I could talk to you guys for 4 days with all the notes that I took. Don't have time for that though. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the best money-making tips that I got from this event. So I have taken all of my notes. If you're watching me on the video here real quick, you can see well, you can't really see that very well, but I've got 5 key things that stuck out at me that I want to pass on to you. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to split up all of the stuff that I learned and all of my big takeaways into a couple different episodes. So make sure you're subscribed to my podcast, listen to it. I'll be dripping them out this week. So they're coming at you. Are you guys ready? So if you've never heard of this event, this is an event that is specifically geared towards network marketers. That is who I love. If you're listening to this, you're most likely a network marketer. But quite frankly, a lot of this is just good life advice, right? So if you guys were there, you know that you leave these events with so many tools. You leave with actionable advice for your business. You leave with things that just make you a better human. You leave with tips that make you better in your marriage or your relationships. So many good things. So it's so hard to come up with the best, but let me try. So that's really my first tip, is get your booty to some events. Okay. So if you're in network marketing, you have heard this a million times, but I want to talk to you, the person who wants to go, but is scared to maybe invest the money, or wants to go but doesn't have a crew with them, and so they're a little bit fearful of going by themselves, or wants to go but has a frustrating situation at home and doesn't know what to do with that situation. If that or anything similar applies to you, then I am talking to you right now. And I need you to understand something. Everybody wants to know what the ROI on this event is, right? I'm going to spend $1,000 for the plane ticket and maybe another $1,000 on the hotel. It's not that much, but whatever. Let's just go with it. So I'm going to spend, food and 4 days and maybe childcare costs and pet sitters or whatever the costs are, right? Am I going to get that money out of it? And here's the thing. You can't think like that, because there's no way to know if the one thing that happened at that event, the one connection, the one friend, the one nugget of wisdom that you will get at an event, there's no way to know how impactful that could be on your life. But here's what I do know. If you don't go, there won't be an impact. It just doesn't happen that way. And I got it. A lot of you guys might have heard of the live stream, or you might have been on the live stream. It's good, but it's not optimal. You've got to physically get to the events. And here's why. Because although the events are great and the speakers on stage are great, the magic at events happens in human connection. It happens over lunches. It happens over dinners. It happens over, trips to the gym, or the roommate talks at 2:00 in the morning, which, by the way, that's a teaser, because my absolute biggest takeaway is something that the lovely woman, I should say, that I roomed with talk to me about at like 1 o'clock in the morning one night, and I'll save that for the next episode. So teaser right there. But you've got to just physically be at the event. So if you made the trip to this event or another event or your company convention and you were massively and radically changed by that, you should pat yourself on the back, and then you should do it again, and then do it again, and do it again. There's a reason why I've gone to every Higdon Group event since 2016 when I first heard of them, because they are absolutely worth it. They've changed my life, my business, my marriage, all from networking and connections and friends. So tip number one, it is really irrefutable. You've got to physically go to those events. Okay. Tip number two, this is so great. This is just really a money-making tip. The thing that prevents us from making money in our business, if you're not where you want to be in your business, it all comes down to fear. Absolutely everything. And here's what, I don't even remember who said this, but it was so good that I wrote it down twice. You're worried about people judging you when there are people who are praying for something to change in their lives. I'm going to say that one more time. You're worried about people judging you when there are people who are praying for something to change in their lives. What that means to me is that, and I'm guilty of this, I will see somebody online or in person and second guess myself about having a conversation and presenting the business or the opportunity to them. And the next time that happens to you, I want you to remember that the worst that's going to happen to you is someone's going to not like you or say no. That really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But the best that could happen is that you could radically change someone's life. We heard story after story after story after story after story all weekend long, including the people that I was hanging out with. So many stories about how somebody introduced whoever, the person, to network marketing. They had no idea what they were doing. They didn't know it existed, or they weren't sure that they could do it, or they had a different preconceived notion about what it was to have a home business. But ultimately, they took a leap of faith and they got in the business, and it has radically changed their lives. We heard story upon story of a person who went from absolute, literal drug addiction and almost homelessness to becoming a top earner in their company, from single moms of 3 kids that were sleeping in tents like Danelle Delgado, who is now a multimillionaire, all because somebody out there was not fearful of offering them something, or their drive to change somebody's life was stronger than their fear of judgment. How many of you are sitting in fear of what someone's going to think of you, or that you might get a negative response back? We've got to push those thoughts out of our heads. So that is a huge money-making tip. I could probably do a whole hour podcast on that one alone. It's so good. You are worried about people judging you when there are people who are literally praying for something to change in their life. I think it's so good. I wrote it down twice. So I hope that hits home for some of you. Next, I want to talk about the lady that I was just talking about. I know so many amazing stories, right? Danelle Delgado is a freaking powerhouse. They call her the Millionaire Maker. I have actually never heard her speak until this past event. You can Google her and look her up online and figure her story. But she had so many. I probably took 3 pages of notes on just her stuff. So good. I'll give you a couple bites from her. Her point was that you need to be unignorable. If you want to make money in really anything that you do online or dealing with social media, you need to be unignorable. So what does that mean? Her phrase was, you need to get all the eyes on you. She came out to the Tupac song, All Eyes on Me. I'm guessing there were only 5 of us in that room who have that song on our phones. I am one of them. I'm a huge Tupac fan growing up in Northern California. You probably didn't know that about me. But she says, all eyes on me, all eyes on me. So do you have an audience? If not, your job is to build one. Your job is to build an audience. And how do you do that? You don't necessarily do it by being, the fastest, prettiest, smartest, skinniest, most talented, best photographer, whatever. It has nothing to do with that. You just show up consistently and be yourself, whoever that is. In fact, the more yourself that you will be, the more you will build an audience. And so the audience that you're collecting is not just to have validation that you're awesome. That may happen, but the audience that you're building is so that you can connect with people, right? Attraction marketing. Put yourself out there relentlessly. Get over those fears. Be unignorable. Video yourself. Take pictures of yourself and put yourself out there, no matter how uncomfortable that might seem, and get used to it. Get out of those comfort zones. I have been preaching this for so long. I probably have 5 podcast episodes just on this topic, including putting your picture on Instagram, putting your picture on Facebook, changing your profile photo. Like, I go over this all the time. So if you're a longtime fan of mine, you know that this is not anything new. But Danelle just had a couple really, really good tweaks to what I already have been talking to you guys about. Be predictable, show up and demand attention. So what I think she means by that, she specifically has a time every single week that she shows up, no matter where she is, no matter what she's doing. She doesn't miss that appointment. I might steal that from her because I love that idea. But ultimately, you've got to show up in a place where your people will know that you are hanging out so that they can constantly plug into you. Because the more that you're in front of their face, the more that you're in their mind, the more likely they are to follow you, do business with you, and you can make sales, grow your business, help other people get to where you want to go, whatever it is that you're looking for. But you've got to be unignorable. She also said your purpose is bigger than your product. Now, I will be honest, this is something I need to work on, and I know that it's probably something that you need to work on too. Are you talking about your purpose enough? If I asked your audience, do you know that person's purpose? Do they know your purpose? Would they say yes or no? I will tell you that my purpose is to share how to set up a network marketing business with women like me who are in a corporate career or any kind of career for that matter, and who don't know how to get to where they want to go. Maybe they love their career, but ultimately they know that there's something more out there for them. And that is more money, more time freedom, more time with their families, maybe even just the ability to have a family. Those are so important. So is your purpose out there, loud and proud? Is it unignorable? If not, then I would challenge you to start talking about your purpose, because although we all have amazing products, and you, all of you listening to this, have epic products, because network marketing products are amazing. But is your purpose as prevalent as your product? If not, start talking about it. You will see that in my social media. I will be talking about my purpose more. This is a tip that really hit home for me that I'm going to work on. The next tip, I'm going through these so fast, guys, and I could talk about these all day long. The next tip came from the beautiful, the fire-breathing powerhouse, mega multi-millionaire, the owner of the brand Pink Millionaires, Miss Nicola Smith Jackson, who is a friend of mine. I was in the Top Earner Club with her for a while, which is Ray Higdon's mastermind, and I got to know her, and she is just the sweetest thing you've ever seen. Such a family woman, and yet like people fear her because she's just so powerful. Not really, she's amazing. There's no reason to fear her, but she's just so powerful. She crushed the stage. Gave me so many things to think about, but I want to leave you with this because this was what I took out of her talk. She was talking about how to get over obstacles, and you have obstacles in your life just like I do. It's clear. We all do. Some of ours are bigger than others, but we all have obstacles. And her main point that got across to me was that if you want to crush any obstacle, if you want to get over that obstacle that is in your life, if you're sitting there and you're feeling sorry for yourself, even if it's just for a split second, the way to get over that obstacle, the way to get out of that negative energy and get yourself into a positive source of energy and get yourself into action instead of wallowing in our obstacles, the way to do that is to be able to see where you're going. So Nicola says the number one thing to crush any obstacle is vision. Vision. It's just your vision. You will never build something that you can't see. Oh, that's so good. You will never build something that you can't see. So the question is, can you see where you're going? Can you see it? Like, as in when you close your eyes, Can you see it? Can you taste it? Do you know what it's going to feel like? Do you know what it sounds like? Do you know who's going to be surrounding you? Do you know who's going to be next to you? It's just, can you see the details with such clarity that it's as if it's already happened? That's really the road to manifestation, my friends. That is how you do it. And so back to what Nicola said though, you'll never build something you can't see. So if you find yourself getting sucked into your situation, then refine your vision, refine what you're working towards, figure out what it is that lights a fire underneath you, and focus on that vision every single day. You can meditate on that. You can visualize it every day. I was many times this weekend, I had conversations, including with some of you listening to this right now, about how you need to refine your vision, because otherwise you will never have the drive to do the work that it takes to be successful. So in the words of Nicola Smith Jackson, you will never build something you cannot see. You have got to see yourself and believe that you are there, and that you are living this, and that you are achieving this. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. How good is that, right? Oh God, she's so good. Okay, last topic. There'll be more to come on a different episode. The awesome Hank Norman. I actually didn't know who Hank Norman was. Shame on me. He is a longtime TV producer and has started TV shows, including pilots. He piloted The View. He helped create the Oxygen Network for Oprah. So he's a big deal in the TV world. And he gave an incredible talk on basically how to get people to listen to you. He talked about how to get famous, which a lot of us, look, I'm not looking to get famous. What I want is connection. So his talk was how to really connect with people so that people will pay attention to you. And this is ultimately what celebrities do, right? So what he was talking about, though, was so good. I might even do another podcast episode just on this topic because it is so freaking powerful. He talked to us about how to get your message across. Now, look, I've done episodes, I've talked to you guys before on the fact that everybody's selfish. You're selfish, I'm selfish. There is nothing wrong with that. I'm looking out for me, my family, my loved ones, and the tribe that I've built. That is human nature. You will never, ever, ever get around that, nor should we, because it's a good thing. We can use our selfishness to our advantage. So what do you do when you have a message about a product or an opportunity or a purpose that you want to get across to an audience? What you do is you show the person that is listening to you how you can help them. That's it. That's really my entire brand, guys. That is all I talk about. If you're in social media sales secrets, that's all I talk about. If you're in my network marketing team, that's really a lot of what I talk about. This is not a shock if you followed me for any amount of time, but Hank's take on this is really, really interesting. He talks about the fact that you need to be clear on what you help people do, and you need to say it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So you've got to be clear on what you help people do. Let me give you an example of what is not helping people. I help people live up to their maximum potential so they can live the dream life that they've always wanted. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. But yet every day on Instagram, I see someone with that in their bio. I have no idea what that means. But if you say, hey, look, I'm going to teach you how to make sales on social media so that you can build your network marketing team from your phone, that starts to be a little bit more clear, right? Or I help you with amazing high quality skincare so you feel confident when you walk in a room. That's pretty specific, right? So Hank talked us through a formula that basically helps us demonstrate to people, to our audience, what we do. And he talked about the fact, oh guys, oh my God, okay, let me just, for a second. This is so good. I almost started crying when he said this from stage because it's so good. So many of us are fearful of stepping into the limelight, stepping on the internet, getting in front of someone, having a conversation, because we are scared of what they might say to us. And this is what Hank said. He said, you are scared of that connection. You don't want to connect with people because either you think you're not capable of it or you don't think you're worthy of connection. Oh my God. Like, so good, right? So good. If you're listening to this and that hits home in any way, I'm just going to say it one more time. You don't want to connect with people because you think you either aren't capable of it or you're not worthy of connection. There's something inside of you that says, I don't know what to say, or the person isn't going to listen to me, or who am I to be the person that they're going to talk to or join? Like, all of that is BS. It's complete BS because you are worthy and you are capable and you are the person that people will listen to. There are so many people out there in the world. Someone, like I was talking in the beginning of this, someone is waiting for you to talk to them. Somebody is praying because they don't know how to make their car payment, or they don't know how to get out of their job, or they don't know how they're going to pay the grocery bill, or they want to go on a vacation because they haven't in 10 years and they don't freaking know how to do this, and you have the solution, and you're so worried about yourself and how people are judging you that you don't talk to them. You are so worthy of connection, and someone is waiting for you desperately. So we have to get out there and be clear about what we help people with. We have to put that message out in person, when we're talking to people at the grocery store, on a plane, in a restaurant, wherever you exist, on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, I don't care where. Put it out everywhere that you are here to help someone do something. And relentlessly repeat that until everybody knows what you're here for. And show up and be worthy of connection. Reach out to people and talk about it incessantly. Oh my God, Hank's talk was so good. He's a little nut job, but he was so freaking good. So good. Okay, I could talk forever, but let's wrap it there, because I know so many of you listen to this like exercising or on your way to the, school, on your way to drop your kids off from school. So I try to keep them as short as possible. I'll break this up in a couple different episodes because there is so much goodness that came out of this event in Orlando. Look, guys, two things. If you want to work with me, or if you want to have these conversations with me, there's really two ways to do that. And so I'm just going to tell you straight up. Number one, you're on my team. Most of you are happily in your own network marketing team, and I cheer you on and I applaud that, and I am so looking forward to you crushing life. So if you're on a network marketing team already and you're super happy where you are, then you need to get into my social media sales secrets group. Here's the thing. I am spilling everything I know in this group. I go live once a week, 4 times a month. I give you a schedule. One is a masterclass on an amazing topic, and I'm going to cover some killer content and go really, really deep from what I learned this past weekend. Another one is a mindset training, because we all need mindset training. We all need to stay in a positive vibration and a positive energy so that we can make those sales. The third one is a Q&A. I literally do group coaching on Facebook, in a Facebook group. It's amazing. It's so much fun. And then the last one is a social media review. These social media reviews are worth hundreds of dollars. They're so good. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, go to socialmediasalessecrets.com, socialmediasalessecrets.com. Jump in there. It's super affordable. It's low cost. I am not teaching you how to do your DMO. That's on you. What I am is going to do is I'm going to give you all the tools to connect with people, draw people into you, and then make a sale, which is really how we build our businesses, right? So go to socialmediasalessecrets.com. Thank you, Susan. We love having you in the group. Okay, guys, that's what I have. Look, if you've never been to a Higdon event, get on his mailing list and go to the next one, because I met so many of you this past weekend and had so many powerful conversations. I want to be able to do that with you more often. And I'm at every single one of his events. So anyways, all right, guys, thank you so much. Again, go to socialmediasalessecrets.com, jump in there. It is ridiculously low cost, and let's work on growing your business. Okay, bye. Hey friends, I hope you enjoyed Secrets to Marketing Your Wellness MLM. Before you go though, I have something for you. If you are looking to grow your audience online via social media so that you can have people getting excited about your products and reaching out to you to learn more, then you need my cheat sheet that has 50 health and wellness Facebook Live topics that will attract an audience to you. It also walks you through the secret 4-part formula that you can follow on both Facebook and Instagram that is proven to have people reaching out to you. And when you get it, I am also sending you guys an audio file for those of you who love to listen to the information on the go. You can get both of those things at www.sorayagoddard.com/podcast. Again, that's sorayagoddard.com/podcast. SORAYAGODDARD.com/podcast. Thanks so much. Chat soon.